You played 16 years in the league. I would have to wonder and ask what your reaction was to this, considering how young Aaron Hernandez was.
It's very frightening. I was shocked by the information. I was shocked by the recent study of the 110 former players, 111, 110 of them having some form or advanced stages of CTE. It's hard for me because ever since I can really remember, this is what I wanted to do. But now as a former player, I've never really had any other job besides sports. So I played football 16 years, you mentioned that. I've been in television 16 years talking about sports, talking about football. Nick and I were talking earlier. I've taught so many kids football. I coached a little league team, traveled playing football, coached a high school team. We got 11 kids playing in the NFL today. More than any high school in the nation. I'm talking about great players. Giovanni Bernard, Geno Atkins, Joey Bosa, Philip Dorsett, James White, Bobby Hart. I mean, great people. Like, I've talked to them about football. I've talked to their parents about football. Like, to me, I wonder, like, what's going to happen? Like, what's going to happen to my generation? I've had teammates who have killed themselves. Andre Waters, a teammate of mine in Philadelphia. I've had good friends of mine, Junior Seau, Dave Duerson, great men, guys that have done tremendous things in their community. All of a sudden, they became violent and took their own lives. So I worry. I worry what my future is. Now, I haven't shown any signs of it. I didn't have any recorded concussions playing. But I would say there is some type of fear of the unknown. But I sit here conflicted because with all the information I have, I wouldn't change a thing. When I was 7 years old, I tried to play football. A doctor changed my birth certificate. I wasn't even old enough. The lady told me, son, come back with your mom. I had a pen on my birth certificate, and I had changed it. And I came back the next year so proud, signed up, paid my $25. And football gave me a sense of purpose. It gave me a sense of meaning. There's not a whole bunch of options in America for a black man. But sports, it gives you that opportunity. People don't discriminate. People don't care what your religion is. It's a matter of who is the best. So where would my life be without football? I don't know. And I'd hate to think about it. But what football has done for my family, I mean, what it's done for my mom. My mom had 7 kids before she was 25. Almost everyone in her life told her she was a loser and she wasn't going to be successful. But my brother playing in the NBA and myself playing in the NFL, my mom went back to college, got her degree, went back and got her master's. My sisters, the things they have been able to do. Myself, I have been around the world, calculated 4 times with no college degree and no formal education. So for me, the CTE thing is real. But also in America, what other choice does a black man have that's better than the National Football League, that presents the opportunities economically, the influence that you have? So for me, I still encourage young people. The game is safer now than it's ever been. Are there some drawbacks of the game that are not pretty? Yes. But what is your recourse? Like, what do you do if you have athletic ability? You just decide not to play football, just going to play basketball, just going to play baseball? So for me, I'm conflicted. It's a game that I love. And given the information that I have, I hope the rest of my life works out well. But I'm willing to suffer the consequences because what it's done for me. So it's alarming. A guy 27. I knew Aaron Hernandez. You know why? Because Urban Meyer's a good friend of mine. I saw him recruit him from Bristol, Connecticut, an All-American. I saw him at the University of Florida at practices. And to think that this is a game that we encourage young people to play, and the end result was that. I'm conflicted. I really am.
I think, and first of all, thank you for your honesty and for digging deep into your past and to your present and to your emotions and sharing that with us. And I think it's a side a lot of people don't know. And I think it's a side that a lot of people forget, that sometimes football is your only option. And for you, it was a fantastic escape, and it was a successful escape. And I think that much like you are conflicted.
No, I had other options, but those options weren't better.
Okay, that's fair.
All right? When you talk about football, what's it doing? Every one of these kids got a free ride to a different college. I mean, they went to some expensive schools. You're talking about $150,000 to $250,000 to pay for these kids to get their education.
Can I ask you a question real quick, CC? I'm curious about your son, because your son didn't grow up the way you did. Your son's still playing football right now. He's a year younger than Aaron. How did this land with you, thinking of Duran, who's playing in the CFL, playing great, having maybe his best year?
It's hard, Nick. Like it's really hard. But the benefits and what it taught me as a young man. I used to break into the stadium and run the stadium steps in my hometown. And now that stadium's named after me. And you know the reason why, Nick? It's not because people like me. Because there was a time that it wasn't nice to be associated with Cris Carter. But the reason why my name is on that field is because of damn football, not nothing else. It's because of football. You know the reason why my name's on this show? I ain't got no great broadcasting school. No. It's because I played football. That's the reason why. So most of the good things in my life, they come about because of football. So it's not good for me to see a young man who was trying to live out the same dream that I lived out, and for it to end like that. And for football to be some type of cause that people would have to be concerned about football players as we get older, that we might become violent, that we have a tendency to hurt other people. Man, I don't want to be painted with that brush. I don't want to be a part of that. But that's the fraternity for which I come from, and it's really hard to escape.
I think what you've done is given a lot of people insight on how hard it is for some athletes to reconcile the fact that the sport that gives so much has also taken away so much.
Yeah, it's no different than the man who's going to mine coal. He's in West Virginia. You think he got a bunch of choices? You think he can open up this door, maybe open up the paper and, like, let me look in the classified ads. Let me see what's available for me in West Virginia. So when I was growing up in the projects, I looked at what was available for me. How could I be successful? So I utilized my athletic ability and took that to Ohio State. They cultivated that, and I was drafted into the National Football League. And I stand here conflicted, but I can tell you, it's been the greatest experience of my life. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it over any different than the way I did it, because what it taught me, and it grew me up. I started playing this game as a young boy, played this game as a young man. But the experiences of this game and the life lessons it taught me, this is what turned me into the man I am. I didn't have no father in my life. I didn't have nobody mentoring me. Football taught me to be the man I am. The reason why you guys don't worry about me being late, why you know I'm on time, is because football taught me that. The reason why I'm a gentleman, the reason why I do the things I do, football taught me that. A football coach taught me that. Most of my training in life comes from this game that I love, and it's called football. And now that we see that there's tremendous damage done to your brain while playing the game. And I can't tell you that I'm not scared for my future. Yes, so that's why I'm going to take advantage of today and let people know what football means to me and what it's meant to thousands of others who've had the blessing in their life to be able to play this game and be able to play it at a high level.
Thank you very much. I think that's as honest an answer as we've heard and as I think we are going to get on the issue. And we appreciate all of your honesty there, CC.